Well, folks, we got ourselves a long night ahead of us. It's your old pal J-Rome. Just doing a quick little podcast while I make some macaroni and cheese for my final meal. Something warm. It's a brisk 60-something up here. And for the last 8 days on this trip, it's been about 1,000 degrees, but thankfully, I have I'm just sailing in between the wind farms just south of Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. We got the drifter up. It's approximately blowing 5 knots. We got a, 2/3 full moon to help us light the way. And full mainsail. Everything's looking pretty good. The engine, and you'll hear all about this in the offshore recordings, but the engine is back in action, which is a good thing. Knock on wood, though, because we still got, I'm sure, some motoring left to do tonight. But our ETA, at this point, we are about 13 miles out from the entrance to the Muskeg Channel, I believe it's called, and then it's going to be a total of 45 miles till we get to our destination, which is kind of on the eastern side of Cape Cod, eastern southern coast. Yeah, so I've been up since about 6 or 4 this morning without much sleep because we had pretty heavy traffic, a lot of shipping lanes around these parts. But so this is one of the tough parts of being a solo sailor, is that when you want to pull into port somewhere and it's a busy sort of place, you're going to be awake for as long as it takes to get you in there. Now, there are options. I'm seeing lots and lots of places I could pause and anchor. So I've got a few bailout zones if I'm feeling kind of like, hey, I'm getting a little ooky spooky out here. I'm losing my ability to navigate. Well, that's when we pull over, throw the anchor, and enjoy a nice sound sleep. But for now, I'm excited. It's got our ETA punching right around sun up, 6:30 in the morning, which would be great, because then I can basically run around like a ding-dong for a little bit until it catches up with me that I haven't slept in 36 hours. And then, my friends, then I will sleep the sleep of the dead. Oh, it's been an adventure, I'll tell you that much. We've had all kinds of things happen on this. I'll give you a little overview. Like I said, I did quite a bit of recording. I'll probably just punch it all together in one show, maybe 2, I don't know. But we left North Carolina on the 26th of July with a really favorable forecast, with the possibility of a little bit of a northeast blow once I got up here. But with the rest of the forecast, it looked pretty favorable, pretty doable to beat that sucker up here. And I was actually thinking, hey, we're going to be riding the Gulf Stream for a couple 100 miles. We might go for a record run. Well, let me tell you this right now, right here. That did not happen. Not even close. I can only really compare this trip to a trip across the doldrums. It really was not. It was not easy. And it took quite a bit of effort, and there's definitely a lot of complaining coming up on the next couple podcasts. But hey, it's an emotional roller coaster. Thankfully, even though we're not finished yet, it is. We are at a point where we're off the Atlantic. Not technically, but we will be in 3 hours or so. But boy, it sure is beautiful out here, and I'm thanking my lucky stars that I made it. I got one buffer zone day tomorrow. I'm basically getting up here the day before I have to go do a speaking engagement. which is hilarious. I was expecting to get up here the 1st, maybe. But is what it is. Ooh, we're boiling, almost boiling over. My plan of attack here with the old mac and cheese is that it's hot and it'll heat up the old cabin. But then I can also just leave it on the pot, or leave it in the pot on the stove. And that way I can just grab hold and take a few bite skis when I need them. I'm going to also add a little bit of tuna. Got to get that out. We actually provisioned pretty darn well. I probably could have stayed out. Well, I could have stayed out for like 6 more months. I got all this doomsday prepper food. But outside of that, I could make one more bacon buddy in the morning. But I got like 18 eggs left. Oh man, I got ham. I got mayonnaise. I got potatoes. Oh, boy, it's really cool. These windmills, holy smokes. I had no idea they had so many of them out here. It's crazy. And they're building them. So there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 ships on the Nantucket side one, plus 2 gigantic, maybe 3 gigantic crane things, platforms. And then the Martha's Vineyard side had multiple ships delivering more towers, plus this huge crane that was in action. I mean, it looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. It's crazy. Just the scale. I mean, they were yelling at all the lobster boats to make sure they gave them 2-mile CPAs, but it's kind of like, oh, I couldn't imagine. I don't want to get anywhere near those things. I've seen too many videos of them exploding. Not that they were going to do that in this horrifically powerful 6-knot breeze. Whoa. But yeah, so let's see. Navigation-wise, what do we got? We have our paper chart, which is of the entire East Coast. So that's useless. I do have my spiral chart given to me by, I believe, or at least left on the boat by James Hodge. Shout out to Captain Graybeard. Either that or somebody else gave one to me. So I do have paper charts of the very localized areas. So I have that out on the chart table right now. And then we've got Navionics on the old iPad. That's going to be our primary source of navigation through these cuts and through Nantucket Sound. And then obviously the backup is my iPhone. So I think we're going to be okay. We should be in pretty good shape. It's all about staying in between the buoys. We are arriving. Well, that's not going to be totally flooding or ebbing, but depending on how fast we get there, which we're going only 4.5 knots, we're going to either hit a brick wall or we're going to get there right at the right moment to be able to just fire up in there. All I want to do is get through this channel, and then get into the main channel. Then it's pretty wide open. An old Rutherford and I were on that trip last year. We did a few traversing's of this little area, so it's not as foreign to me, but it's foreign to Mighty Sparrow, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited to take her into new places. I do have to give a shout out to Justin. Sorry, man, I could not. There was just no way I could get to New York and get up here. That northeast wind that blew 25 knots, sustained and was gusting a whole lot higher, that one whooped me. There wasn't anything I could do in that situation. And I was just afraid that if I went to New York, I'd essentially get stuck down there. And I don't know. In the end, it looks like it was probably a pretty good decision, but we'll get out there at some point. Don't you worry, sir. Don't you worry. Yeah, other than that, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm glad it's not foggy. We had a nice sunset. There's definitely smoky haze or whatever. There was some smokiness out on the Atlantic as well. Not too much, but you could tell just a bit. And yeah, other than that, it was mostly all about heat. It's hot, real hot. Staying away from the sun, all that sort of stuff. Ooh, let's test out one of these noodles. Ooh. Not yet. What do they call it? Al dente? Not al dente. Not al dente at all. Yeah, so I guess that's kind of my update. That's all I wanted to throw out there, besides the fact that I'm still alive. And Mongo's doing great. I do feel like I need to disassemble and change the bearings out, or I need to change the wood blade out. It might be a little too light. I don't think she's so balanced. You really find that out in the super light winds when it's like, it just doesn't want to lean over. Sometimes the old Aries, if you don't have it balanced right, I mean, it should be balanced like negative or neutral. So I got to work on that a little bit. There's a few other odds and ends, but I was even polishing stainless today. She ran really well for what we had to deal with, and I was pretty happy. Got some good sleep sometimes, and read some books, all that sort of stuff. So it was definitely a successful trip, and well, I don't want to spoil all of it for you, all the whinging and complaining and whining, because that's always fun to listen to, I'm sure. But yeah, just pretty stoked, and we'll get through all this traffic and get through all this channels and islands and sandbars and shoals and all kind of stuff, and dock old Sparrow up, give her a bath. She is one salty beast, I'll tell you that much. So look out for the coming episodes. It'll be in the next couple of days, I hope. I'm not sure what my Wi-Fi ability, it might not be until I get up to Maine, but we'll do our best to upload something, at least get a part 1 out there before the last leg of the voyage. Cape Cod to Rockland, Maine. Oh my gosh, night marine service, watch out, because old Sparrow's coming home. She's coming home to roost. And just a warning now, you know what that means. We're going to have a Murph cast. And hopefully we're going to have a Jerome, Heath, and Murph cast. And I'm sure we'll be overserved. So keep an eye out for those as well. Thanks for listening, and until next time.